We're here with Jaydn Ott. Now we'll go ahead and get started with Jeff Verrado from Cal Sports Report. Go ahead, Jeff.
Good morning, Jaydn. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm okay. So you've been banged up a few times recently. How you feeling generally, and how are you heading into this weekend at Oregon?
I'm doing all right. I'm practicing, feeling good. Everything's going well.
Did you get bonked in the head the other night?
Say again?
You said, did you get bonked in the head the other day in that game, or what happened to you?
Man, they just kept me out, so I wasn't allowed to go back in.
You're feeling okay now?
Yeah, I'm practicing and everything.
Very good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, any other first-round questions for Jaydn? Go ahead to Matt Moreno from Rivals.
Obviously before you went out of the game, you're having a very successful showing against USC. What did that feel like to kind of be able to showcase your abilities, in front of that crowd and produce for the team?
It was fun. Our hopes were to, get the team a win on offense. That's something that we've talked about in our unit meetings for a while now. And, I'm just blessed to go out there and be able to show off my talents. It was fun being out there, pretty much running a track meet, but, it obviously wasn't enough.
Okay, anybody else with a first-round question? Okay, we'll go back to Jeff Verrado. Go ahead, Jeff.
Jaydn, that was since Fernando was put in at quarterback, that was about as balanced and complete an offensive performance from your team as we've seen. What did it feel like to have sort of all the cylinders clicking so well?
It feels good. That's how we had practiced that week. We had one of our fastest practices of the year since UNT. And so, once we got into the game, that's just how things happen. Of course, we got to clean up a lot of things like turnovers and, other penalties that have affected our drives. But, it always feels good when things are clicking how it's supposed to go and how we practice it.
You mentioned it feeling a little bit like a track meet at times. On the long touchdown run, we watched you pulling away from the USC defenders. How good did that feel? Those guys are, generally speaking, pretty good athletes, and it looked like they weren't able to keep up with you.
Yeah, no, I felt great, man. I don't know, man. There's no other feeling like it. Just, one-on-one with somebody else and beating them.
Can you talk a little bit about the offensive line? Because the last year and for the last couple of years, they've taken a lot of heat for not being up to par. And it seems like we're seeing some progress from that group. What are they doing for you guys? And how do you feel about how they've been playing generally?
They've been playing really well. We've done some things with the playbook to help those guys out and get some angles for them and help us as running backs, help them set up their blocks, and the quarterbacks helping with the reads. The O-line's been doing amazing. Everybody's taking a big step from last year, especially now that we're missing Sindo from the beginning of the season. You got guys like Driscoll taking that huge step to be the leader on the offensive line now. TJ taking a big jump, and everybody else, man, our left guard, Matthew Wyckoff, coming in from a different school and doing what he's supposed to do, and as well as Barrett. So, we're looking good. I appreciate them.
Talk about the challenge you face against an Oregon defensive front that's been really good against the run.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have some things schemed up for them. Game plan changes every week based upon, how their defense is playing. And so, that's how practice has been going. We've just been getting good looks from our scout players, and, we're playing fast as an offense and getting things done.
One more question before I let someone else jump on again. You guys are expecting to get some rain, I guess, up in Eugene. Not unusual for that place. And you've been practicing with that in mind. Tell me how you think Fernando is going to cope with that as the guy who's handling the ball most of the time.
Yeah, I'm never worried about Fernando. He'll be fine. Nando's a playmaker. He'll be all right for sure.
Thanks, Jaydn.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go back to Matt Moreno from Rivals.
Maybe on that note, what kind of progression have you seen from Fernando now that he's, been moved into that starting role maybe over these last few weeks? Obviously going against some difficult defenses, but what kind of progress have you seen in development have you seen from him over the last few weeks?
I mean, he's still the same guy as far as like what he does to prepare himself, watching a lot of film. And, he knows the whole playbook. Anytime you ask him a question, he knows what to do. Yeah, he's doing a better job with his reads, I would say. He's just, like I said, a playmaker. Like, I've seen it since he got here last summer. And he was dotting up the first team defense while he was on scout team. Like, and he's constantly taking strides each and every week, and it's fun to watch.
He seems like he has the personality that people can rally around, and the team that you guys can rally around as a team. How has he come to develop as a leader, and how has that kind of progressed on that side?
On top of like his physical abilities getting better every week, he's also stepping more and more into that role of a leader, and speaking up against things not like he did before, but guys are really starting to listen and value what Fernando has to say. And yeah, man, he's always been a leader. He's always doing the right thing. Anytime he's not in, he's behind the camera doing all the reads that he's supposed to go through, all his progressions. And yeah, man, it's just like, it's really easy to rally behind a guy like Fernando. He always comes with high energy, and you care about a guy like that, and it makes you want to do good for him.
I know obviously you want to be out there, but in this last game, the Jet was able to get in there, do some things. Justin Williams-Thomas was finally able to get on the field. Can you maybe speak about, just that group behind you and some of those guys that are maybe getting an opportunity late in the season?
Yeah, no, I'm really happy for those guys. Anytime I'm not on the field, of course it sucks, but I'd rather look at it as something. I'd rather look at it as my glass being half full instead of half empty, and being that my brothers get to take the field and put on for like not just them, but not just themselves, but for us as a room, for their families, and make their money. Like, the world's changed. College football world has changed. And getting on the field is a big thing as far as like NIL. So I'm just glad anytime my teammates get a chance to hit the field.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go back to Jeff Verrado.
Jaydn, I know that winning is what matters to you most, but we talked before the season about perhaps getting to 1,000 yards this season, and it looks like that's within your sights. How excited are you to get that and beyond?
Oh, no, yeah, it definitely does look like it's in sight, but honestly, that's not the focus right now. I mean, if it comes, it comes, but, I'm just doing whatever I can to help my team win. And, whether that's receiving the ball for the rest of this year and not getting to 1,000 yards rushing, or it is rushing for 1,000 yards, I'm going to just do what I have to do to help the team out.
Most people on the outside probably don't expect you guys to win this week up at Oregon. It's a very difficult place to play, and they're really good, obviously. What's the confidence level of your team going up there?
Man, it's just another game. Like I said, they're in Auburn, man. They're people just like us. They put their pants on the same way we do. So we're not going out there, tucking in our shell. We're going out there to play football, and that's what we're here to do.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody else with a final question for Jaydn? All right, Jaydn, thanks for your time. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Jaydn.